Hi, buddy. Welcome back. I'm the Stretch Professor, and today we're going to be going over real quickly what my plans are for the next couple of days, and also in the short term, what I'm hoping to improve about the channel, hopefully within the next couple of weeks or so. So first up, and this is just going to be a real quick video. First up, there is no stream tonight. I'm traveling with my wife down to Knoxville, Tennessee. That's about 4.5 hours away, one way. And so we've got to go down there tonight as soon as I get out of my classes around 6 o'clock. Go down there, go to sleep. She's got to get up early in the morning, go to a meeting with a prospective employer, and then we're just going to drive home that evening. So I should be back for the stream on Wednesday, but there is no stream tonight. So there will be no viewers night tonight. We'll ask on the Discord and see if people want to do a viewers night maybe tomorrow night, or if we want to do some mixture, maybe a couple of games if people want to play it, and then mostly ranked. We'll just see what people want to do. But if people really want a viewers night, we can do a viewers night. But it would have to be tomorrow. So nothing going on tonight. I am going to release some videos. I just released a Nami video just a moment ago, and then I'm also going to release, I think I have a Zyra video, and then I have some Total War Warhammer content. I've got a Skaven campaign and an Empire campaign that I'm going to release as well. So there should be some stuff coming up soon. And be sure to check out some of the other stuff that we have on the channel. You can always check out the past stream. Now, Erin has done a wonderful job recently. She's a new member of the channel, and we've really enjoyed having her here. But she's done a wonderful job of putting in some of these timestamps here to help people out, so to help people find the different games that they might be interested in watching. And the way that this works, if you've ever wondered why I don't do the timestamps as often as I should, and I go off and on, sometimes I'll do them, sometimes I won't. The issue is, like, when the stream finishes, then it goes through this thing called processing, where YouTube like checks for copyright infringement and all kinds of stuff like that. And while it's processing, then it only goes back as far as 4 hours. And so that, you may have noticed this if you watch a stream like right after it's done. Not just my channel, any channel does this on YouTube. If it's more than 4 hours long, you can only go back up to 4 hours. So if I do a 5-hour stream, it will start at the 1 hour mark and move forward. Now it's going to call that the 0 minute mark and move up to like 3:59:59, but really that's the first hour of the stream, and that's why sometimes it starts right in the middle of a game or something like that. And so if I try to put in the timestamps while that's happening, then they're going to be inaccurate. So maybe it jumps and starts you right in the middle of a Janna game. Right? And so if I say the Janna game starts at 1 minute or something into the stream, and then it finishes processing, backs it up all the way to the very beginning, then that 1 minute may not be Janna. The first game might be Zyra or something like that. And then the times are going to be all off, and the champions are not going to be accurate, and then there's just no purpose in doing the timestamps, right? At that point, if they're inaccurate. So I have to wait until the stream finishes processing, which is usually like 4 hours. And so when I go to sleep and then get up in the morning, I have to do a lot of morning routine stuff. I have to grade papers. I have to take my daughter to daycare. I just have to take care of a lot of stuff, and then I have to go teach classes most of the time. And then by the time I would get home to put the timestamps in, 80% of the people have already watched it, 80 or 90%. Because most of this, I'd say probably about half of the people view it live, and then the other half view it within like 6 hours or so of it being recorded. So it wouldn't benefit like that many people when I did that, right? But Erin's helping us out here. She can respond a lot faster than I can, at least the last few days she has, which is wonderful. And then I'll see if I can chip in and help out with that too, just in case Erin doesn't have time to do it, you know, someday. But you can always go back, watch the past streams if you want to. Erin, for the last 3 or 4, has gone back and put those timestamps in there. Now, there are lots of other content too. If you haven't checked out the best one-trick guide, that is super popular on the channel. That's like my one like mega popular video on YouTube, at least for me. It's got 147,000 views, which is a ton. Most of my guides get somewhere around like 3 to 5, depending on what it is. But that's a really good in-depth analysis of various one-tricks for each role. I have the best ADC and support combos guide, which I just released yesterday. My thoughts on the 2019 ranked season. A split pushing guide, an explanation of what scaling is and how it works, in-depth laning essentials guide, 5 tips for better macro, 3 tips for better micro, just tons and tons of stuff. So you can always check out those guides. I have updated top 5 for each role, tier lists, patch notes, just anything you could want on the channel. I've got it here in terms of analysis. I have 107 coaching videos, so you can find coaching probably of your favorite support. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. And you can just see how I would comment on other people's games, and that can help you out with your own game as well. And then I have in-depth champion guides. So if you want to know all about Sona in Season 8, Tahm Kench, Lulu, Zillion, then we've got all of that covered. Have a ton of different champions, and I'm going to be adding on a lot more soon. So be sure to check out the channel. A lot of stuff out there. And then I have Total War Warhammer content as well, if you're interested in that. I'm working my way through a legendary Balthasar campaign, Empire, for the Warhammer 2. And I'm going to release a couple of Skaven videos tonight as well. So lots of good stuff. Be sure to check it out. As far as upcoming ideas for the channel, I'm going to try to improve the channel a lot over the next couple of weeks or so. One thing that I really want to try to do is get to shorter content. I know I'm always saying this, but I'm going to try to break up some of these videos into multiple videos. So I've done this some by separating the patch notes from the top 5 from the support tier list. I have... those used to all be in one video. Now I've broken them up, but they're still, I just am still making them a little bit long. So I'm going to try to represent what I'm doing a little bit more visually on the document and just stick with some more like bullet points and then just fly my way through it, explain what I can visually. Now, I'm not going to have time to do video editing. Unfortunately, this isn't my full-time job. I still have a university job. I don't have a professional video editor. It takes a long time to edit videos, maybe at some point in the future. So I'm probably not going to be able to integrate like, you know, gameplay footage and like fancy, you know, graphics on the screen as different stuff's going on. Maybe in the future I can do that, but I do want to at least make them a little bit shorter and aim for about 30 minutes on most of the content, 30 minutes or less. I don't want to do one of like the 7-minute all caps types of videos, but I think that somewhere between 15 to 30 is reasonable for something that has some in-depth commentary to it. But I think that 1 hour scares off a lot of people. I know there are a lot of people on the channel that like that really like the depth, but I'm sure there are also a lot of people that you know, would get scared off by that. So I'm going to try to find ways to condense what I'm saying and break up, if it's going to be a longer video, break it into multiple sections. So for example, my support and AD carry combo video, I probably could have broken that up into like the support side and then a part 2 that's the AD carry side. And I hate to do like the to be continued part 2 type of stuff, but I think if it keeps it shorter, then that can help people at least watch the first part. So I'm going to be working on that a bit more. I'm going to do more frequent commentary for the PBE. So people are always asking me, what do I think about these new AD carry changes? What do I think about the new mana changes? What do I think about this champion's rework? All this stuff. In the past, I've stayed away from PBE because it doesn't always happen, and I don't want to give the false impression that this is going to happen. So for example, they were thinking about doing a new Rise rework. A lot of other YouTube commentators like made videos about it, and then they pulled it, and so it's not going to happen that way anymore, at least not for a couple of patches. I think that can be misleading, especially to newer players, but at the same time, as long as I put out the disclosure and tell people, hey, this may not actually happen, I'm just speculating, I think that's helpful. And that was kind of my test run of this by doing this 2019 ranked in-depth discussion, because that may or may not happen, and people really seem to enjoy it. It got a lot of thumbs up. I think it has, you know, like 80 or 90 likes and about 4,000 views in 5 days. And that's pretty good. That's on par with some of my better guides that I have. So I think that's definitely something that people are interested in. So I'll try to give that to you a bit more often. I'm going to start streaming on, I'm going to try to stream on Twitch and YouTube pretty soon. I have a lot of reasons. I've been through it before. I'm not going to go over all that right now, why I started off streaming on YouTube. But I think that the channel has grown enough to where I could support doing a little bit of Twitch commentary too. And I know that a lot of people prefer Twitch. They like to use their emotes. They would like to donate with bits or using their Amazon Prime, or, you know, there's just some aspects of Twitch that are different from YouTube. And one cool thing too with the karaoke or whatever that people donate for, sometimes YouTube will occasionally take the whole video down. Twitch doesn't do that. It just, I think, this is what it used to do. It just mutes the part of the stream that has the copyrighted music. And so that means you could still watch the music. There would just not be any audio when I did the karaoke. And so that would be a cool way for people to access past streams if I sing karaoke in the stream and it gets copyright flagged, which is nice. And that's something that's just become a recent problem in the last couple of weeks. So, because I do want to do the karaoke stuff. I want to have fun. I want to make the channel kind of funny, interesting at times to kind of balance out some of the gravity of when we go on like an 8-game loss streak or something like that, right? To just get some of that fun in there to sort of balance it out. But at the same time, I don't want to block people who are trying to watch the replay from being able to access it because of reasons, right? Because of copyright and policies and stuff on YouTube. So I think that's interesting. That's enough to make me want to stream on both platforms and see if, at least give it a try and see how it works. I'm going to do some more stuff with the member system. I'm going to bring back the member straw poll. So if I play a normal game, I'll put a straw poll on Discord and people can log in and people who are members of the channel, people can log in and sort of vote on champions. That'll give one more reason for people to become members, that you'll get a little bit more say in the kind of content that I create. I might do some straw polls for other like different policies and things I'm going to do on the channel too, just to get some feedback on it. So I want to do more to reward members for supporting the channel. And so I think that's a pretty easy way to do it. We do members night. I do discounts on coaching. I used to do the straw poll, but then I stopped doing it. There just wasn't a lot of participation. But I think if I amp it up and just use it a bit more, we can get people using it again. I want to have more social media presence too. Like I said, my time is pretty short, but it really doesn't take very long to tweet stuff or whatever. So I'll see if I can get, you know, be more active on Twitter, maybe like create a Facebook page or something. And then I could just show some pictures of other stuff like campus, or you know, some more baby pictures, or just stuff like that, just for people that might be interested in kind of like what's going on in my personal life, just for a more balanced, you know, if you really want that kind of in-depth sort of insight into, you know, the rest of my life. I know some like streamers and YouTubers do that. They'll give you kind of insights into different aspects of their life just to kind of humanize and make it a little more easy to relate to, so it kind of goes beyond the channel and helps foster a sense of community and like friendship, and sort of everyone's having fun, having a good time. So I'm going to try to do more on social media, both about league stuff and just maybe if people are interested, personal stuff. I could talk about some of my research and stuff like that too for my dissertation, and just like, I don't know, funny videos that I found or something like that, just to add a bit more personality to the channel. So I'm going to try to work on that a little bit. And then I just recently changed the thumbnail, and I'm going to work more on incorporating more channel art. So if you have some artwork you'd like for me to maybe use on the channel in some way, then just send that to me. I'll try to use more fan art on the channel. People have really seemed to like that, so I think that'll be really cool. And then I'm going to have a lot more guides. So Christoph, thank you very much. Christoph has donated for a lot of guides over the past little bit, and I'm going to have a lot of those coming out. And I'm going to have those guides. I'm going to aim for this 30-minute format on the guides, so that'll help me hopefully create them faster and then make them a little bit more accessible to people as well. So I'm going to have a lot more of these guides, and I'm going to have a faster turnaround too. I've done really well with the coaching sessions, I think, getting those out really quickly lately, but some of the guides I know I've kind of lagged behind a bit on, and I'm going to catch up with all of those, and I'm going to, you know, make a pledge to get those out, you know, much faster than I have been in the past. So I know I've been inconsistent about that, and I appreciate people being patient with me. Those take quite a while to create and then to research and all that, but I think if I go for this 30-minute format, I should be able to manage it a bit faster and make it a little more accessible. Okay. How are we looking on time? All right, 12 minutes, so much for being fast, but I just wanted to go over some. This is a good opportunity to go over some of these things real quickly. And finally, thanks to everybody for sticking with me with Ranked. Ranked has been really rough for the past few days. You know, we've fallen from Platinum 1 to Platinum 4. This has happened before. Last season, this happened like 6 times for long-time viewers of the channel. We will get back up there. It's just a matter of time, and we just have to play through it. But I do want to try to really take some agency in here and just not... I really don't want to portray myself as a victim as much. I know that some of these games are just absolutely impossible to win, but I still at least want to try to figure out, well, what could I do personally a little bit better? Even though I lost the game, just how could I improve my chances to win, even if it doesn't actually result in wins in some of these games, which I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. It's been some really shaky games, but nevertheless, it'll be sort of a good teaching opportunity, and then it'll also be just good practice just to facilitate, just to be ready for those games that are winnable, for those games that are really close. This will give me that extra little bit of edge. I'm hoping to win those games. A lot of them have been blowouts the last few days where it doesn't matter what I did, but there have been some that have been kind of close, and, you know, maybe just a few changes here and there could have edged it out, could have made a big difference. So stuff that I haven't done in the past, I know just tuning stuff that I do normally, like shot calling better, you know, hitting more skill shots, using summoners better, positioning a little better. All of that stuff, of course, I can always work on. Those are ongoing projects. But here are some ideas that I think will help me out and maybe will help people out with sort of their funk too. Ideas for improving every game. So I'm going to try, anytime I think that I make a mistake, I'm going to write it down, kind of like what I would do with a coaching session, especially when I die. I'm going to just try to write something down, like what's something I could have done better if I died. Because if you die, it's always your fault. So I'm going to try to do that just to have a little bit more accountability and just to kind of recap stuff and just to at least try to make it a bit more productive, even in games where we get blown out. So I think that will help me out with accountability a little bit, because I know the stuff that I do wrong mostly, but just like keeping track of it and just seeing it written down, I think would be helpful. And similar to that, I want to track more stats. So I just want to see, like, well, I died. Why did I die? Did I overextend? Did I try to ward in a dangerous area? I'm going to come up with, like, some categories. Did I get baited? You know, did I follow something I should not have followed? Did I get ganked without warding properly? So just to try to track some of those things. I've been testing out, thinking about, like, if someone is super toxic, like, writing them on a Google Doc, and then just running, every time I get into a lobby, just running all the names through that Google Doc to see if anyone shows up on there, to know if I should dodge or not, if there's somebody that, like, likes to int or rage at all their teammates or something like that. I'm not sure about that one, like a turkey list or something, but maybe. I don't know. That's something interesting. I might test out the mute all feature. I've been an outspoken critic of the mute all, because I think a lot of times you do need to try to shot call and try to talk your teammates off of a cliff, you know, when they're all raging at each other, trying to say, it's okay, bros, let's go, let's win this. So I don't know. I might test out mute all, though, because especially when I'm on loss streaks, like, people saying really dumb stuff in chat does get to me a little bit. I know yesterday especially I typed some stuff I shouldn't have typed. I don't think I was over the top or too mean, but I would say something that's a little sassy or snarky every now and then if someone says something ridiculous. And just so I'm not even tempted to say anything, just so I'm not even distracted by it, I might just mute all and just see how it works. We'll see. But yeah, I might test it out. Adjusting expectations for teammates. This is a big thing for me. It's just not expecting people to make the right play, and then I won't be disappointed as much. And I think that'll help out a lot. Just expecting just full turkey mode every game, and then just not being surprised when it happens, and then just trying to find ways to win out of that, I think will help me out a lot with kind of my outlook. Will help me stay positive. I think I did stay relatively positive, considering we were like 2-18 over the last 3 days. I think I've stayed relatively positive, but I think I could do that even more, and I think it starts with just adjusting expectations. Anyways, yeah, so working on that a little bit more, and then probably dodging a little bit more, honestly. Like, some of these games I really should have dodged, and I just feel, you know, kind of bullied into it. So I'm not bullied, but, like, just pressuring myself, because I do want to play games. I do want the content. I know people don't like dodges as much. And just, like, I don't know. I know that recently on the channel there have been, like, more downvotes than usual on some stuff, and I try not to let that get in my head, and I try not to mention it most of the time either, because I don't want to feed trolls. But I do think about it some, and I think, well, why? Are these, like, legit people that are downvoting some of these things? Like, why are they dissatisfied with the content? I'm almost 90% sure it's, like, 1 or 2 people that are mad at the channel for whatever reason. Maybe we banned them for saying something racist, who knows? Because it's, like, suspiciously, like, always 9 or 10 downvotes in most of these things, like, recently. And if you look at, like, past streams, you know, like, here it's, like, only 5. There was 9, like, 6, 4. You know, it used to be kind of like that, you know, around, like, 5 or so. Just people that come in every night to downvote. But it could realistically be new people that just don't like seeing dodges, or there's just some other aspect of the channel that they're not really interested in. So I don't know. I don't know if it's trolls or whatever, but, you know, I was thinking, well, I don't want to dodge as much because I do want to play ranked. I know that's what people want. But people also don't want to see me fall from Platinum 1 to Platinum 4. That doesn't help either. So it's kind of like a lose-lose, but at least I wouldn't be losing elo. Like, I know people are going to be mad either way. But I think that if I'm dodging more, I'm going to be happier on stream. I think we're going to have a more friendly atmosphere on stream. It's going to be more productive. Because if I dodge and play a normal game as something that people want to see, like Thresh or Bard or Alistar, or something that I don't play all the time in ranked, you get more variety on the stream. You get some, like, useful commentary. I'm usually in a better mood. I'm chipper and stuff like that. You know, like I said, I try to stay as positive as possible. But it's undeniable. It would just be an outright lie if I said I'm going to be more positive in a game where my team goes 3-17 and someone AFKs in a game I know I should have dodged, rather than we're going to have a nice close game in normals where I'm playing Thresh and commenting on a champion that I usually don't get to comment on, and I'm, like, interacting with the chat more and just having fun. You know, I feel like that is that's just going to be a better experience for people. Even though it's a normal game, people are going to learn more. It's going to be better for the chat. I'm going to be having a better time. It's going to stop me from tilting as much. So I think just the dodging is the win, even though I know there are going to be some haters about that. And that doesn't mean I'm going to come in saying I'm going to dodge 10 games tonight. It just means that if the game looks very abundantly, obviously lopsided in matchmaking, like we have 3 autofills or 3 people playing champions that they don't know how to play, that's fine. Like, I don't want to hate on those people. They can't control whether or not they're autofilled. You know, they can control whether or not they're playing something for the first time, but I get it. People want to have fun and play different stuff. So I'm not hating, you know. I'm trying not to hate. I'm just saying that for me, preserving my elo in that way and giving a better experience for both me and viewers and just dodging games that are going to be very obvious bad experiences is probably going to be better. And I just need to be more disciplined about that. But anyways, that's it for this video. I intended it to be like 5 minutes. Of course, it's like 20. But I just wanted to go over like some of the stuff that I'm going to be working on the channel. I do think about these things. I am trying to improve it for you as much as I can. So thanks for sticking with me. I know it's been rough the last few streams in terms of wins. We've had a lot of good times in the chat. We've made a lot of new friends. We've had a lot of new subscribers. And I think we've had some good laughs. We've had some wonderful donations in the chat. So everything else has been all good about the channel. It's just, I know that the wins just aren't there, but I've got a strategy here. I've got some new tactics that I'm going to develop. And we will eventually get our way out of it. So thank you very much. As always, I really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, probably tomorrow night around 5-2 on Wednesday. We'll get back at it. We'll see if it's viewers night or we'll see if it's ranked, maybe some mixture of the two. But if you have any ideas for stuff you would like to see on the channel, just let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. And yeah, I look forward to streaming for y'all again sometime soon. So thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.